Out of all mankind's millions, only a handful know the full horrifying danger.
Thank you very much.
Johnny, knowing what we know now, would Facebook be allowed to start up, to exist in 2022? Social media platforms, Johnny, Facebook? I don't think so. I reckon they may have done more harm than fucking good. So, yes or no, would Facebook be... I mean, if you had some bloody remote tribe in the jungle, Johnny, in the Amazon jungle, say, would you go in there with mobile phones and say to these bloody jungle people, this is what you want to be on? You want to be on Facebook. It'll change your life. It'll make everything much better for you. Oh, Jesus, Johnny, you sure? I don't think that's what you'd be telling them, and I think everyone knows why. A primitive tribe, Johnny? Oh, Jesus. There's all sorts of bloody stuff you could be giving them. You could be giving them Coca-Cola, sweets. But Johnny, back in the day when these things started, like Facebook and Google and Christ knows what, they seemed to be just little backyard operations that had freedom and initiative going through them and all that sort of stuff. And somehow they've developed into these huge corporate corporate...
Did you know Facebook was established in the dorms of Harvard University? What is certain is that Mark Zuckerberg, the founder of Facebook, possessed basic programming skills at a young age. He used these skills to produce ZuckNet, a software for his father's dentistry that allowed him to communicate with his receptionist without shouting through their home. After turning down two of the world's largest IT businesses, Zuckerberg enrolled at Harvard in 2002. He obviously had greater ideas. He decided to major in psychology, but he also took a lot of computer science classes. The psychology choice seemed odd at first. Why not study programming or a related field? However, when you consider Facebook's nature, particularly the additive nature of likes, comments, pokes, the psychological component becomes evident.
But pretty bloody soon, Johnny, someone worked out that if we get all these people to stay on this bloody platform, we can advertise and we'll make bloody millions. Position than it would have been. Johnny, are you saying that the world maybe they knew what they were doing and just wanted to be all billionaires anyway?
Anyone who uses social media might admit it can be hard to tear yourself away. Now the former head of Facebook says that's exactly what the founders intended.
One former Google employee says this is no accident. Indeed, it is by design.
This is a big time bomb ticking. They are not ready for it. Their minds cannot cope with the dopamine.
If you feed the beast, that beast will destroy you.
These kids...
I mean, there's people out there that are bloody addicted to Facebook and all that sort of stuff, and they love it, and they think it's great, and if you tried to take it away from them, they'd say, you can't do that, I love it. I love all the interaction with the bloody friends and family and all that sort of stuff, which is basically bullshit. And now you put it like that, Johnny, I can't think of any bloody positive note you can put on these social platforms.
It's given us all a wake-up call about our use of tech, our relationship with our devices, and the way that we use social media. Is it time that we all accept that we've become addicted to these platforms?
I think they're confusing their addiction to bloody these social platforms, Johnny. I think they're confusing it with it doing them any good. So you're saying they're not actually enjoying Facebook, Johnny? They just think they're enjoying it. Is that what you're bloody saying? That's what I'm saying, and I'll bloody stick by it. But Johnny, if someone thinks they enjoy something, doesn't that actually mean they are enjoying that bloody particular... It seems that a lot of people could be better off spending more time on doing something more constructive.
Right, but nowadays, with this influx of media we have, people spend 11 hours a day engaging with digital media.
Is that real?
Yeah, 11, and that's the average. So,
what?
You want to hear an even crazier thing?
Yeah.
Somehow they've developed into these bloody socially manipulative, bloody government fucking collusive bloody entities. Well, after a while, they become so big that they become the mainstream and they become government colluders. Yes, colluders into all sorts of social manipulation.
I'm not aware of that.
You were never in any such meetings?
No.
You never had any contact with U.S. government employees in your time at Facebook?
Not that I can recall.
Would you be surprised to know that on July 16th, 2021, an employee of Facebook wrote to the Department of Health and Human Services saying, I know our teams met today To better understand the scope of what the White House expects from us on the misinformation going forward, on July 23rd, 2021, Facebook employee thanked HHS for taking the time to meet earlier today. Wanted to make sure you saw the steps we just took this past week to adjust policies. One of the worst companies in America. And they've discovered this trove of information, extensive coordination, between Facebook and the Biden administration, targeting the speech of ordinary Americans. And by the way, for standards that are ever shifting, closely with the United States government.
I'm not aware of that.
You were never in any such meetings?
No.
You never had any contact with U.S. government employees in your time at Facebook?
Not that I can recall.
A location, even a digital location. That makes Facebook or Meta a lot more like a sovereign power. How much control does Facebook or Meta have over this digital space? Does this mean the metaverse will have borders like a country does?
Metaverse aside, Facebook is looking more like a government all the time. You've got this piece in Bloomberg arguing that Facebook should be granted a seat at the UN. You've got Hank Green saying this.
Like, if you spend a lot of time on Facebook, a lot of your life there, they are in charge of that part of your life. That makes them a kind of government.
So, Johnny, what has been the bloody benefits of Facebook and other social medias? So I wouldn't be looking at starting Facebook up now knowing what we know without some huge big fucking international bloody inquiry into it. Oh, in summing up, Johnny, I can't think of any bloody reason why you'd want to do bloody Facebook in 2022, knowing what we know. Aren't we here at the Ask Johnny channel? Are we taking advantage of social media too? Ask Johnny? Well, not really. We're a hard-hitting news team, Johnny, here at the Ask Johnny channel. I see. And YouTube is enabling us, Johnny, to talk about absolutely anything we want without censorship. Well, I don't know about that. And being a vital provider of hard-hitting news. So no, we're not in that bloody camp at all. Right, yeah.
Look, the reality may be the entire business model of the internet may be fundamentally somewhat broken. It is eroding the core foundations of how people behave.
I can't even imagine.
So I don't think its overall use has bloody benefited society at all. Johnny, are you saying that the world generally is in a worse off position now with all these bloody social media platforms? They're worse off now than what they would have been without them?